Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today, I'm going to be doing 5 example solves, 5 sub-15 type example solve. So what are you waiting for? Let's get into it. Okay, this is going to be some random hand scramble, but blue front, yellow on top. Oh, and by the way, I am color neutral, but it slows me down a lot. So, in order to get a sub-15 solve, I have to do a color neutral. So this isn't the greatest cross ever, but what we can do is insert this orange piece in with a U and an R2. Now we have these two solved. Then we can do a U and a D at the same time to set up this solve into an F2. But we don't straight away put this in because that will mess this one up. Instead, we'll insert this blue piece with an L and then do the F2 and align the cross. Now we're gonna do this F2L pair, which can just simply be done like this. And then we're gonna look ahead to, from here you can probably see which pair this is gonna be, and not the greatest one, but what we're gonna do is a U and a wide D move, so it sets up into the place where we have to do this case. So sledgehammer, and then we notice from here we can predict which case F2L case is going to be, and then insert it on the left side. And then here you probably want to rotate, or even double rotate, because we haven't rotated yet, so it's fine to just do one double rotation and do the case. Unfortunately, we have a dot case, but we do have a pretty good dot case. Yes, you do need full OLL to be sub-15. And lucky us, we got a U-perm. A UB to be exact. Remember, never rotate in the last layer. Next one, blue front. Actually, you know what? Green front, red top. Okay, this is a pretty good cross and you can make really good out of it. What you're going to do is insert this blue piece in and do a D move to set up into solving these two cross edges. With an F or prime, we can get that piece in instead of solving this first. We now have a better case for this, which is just a simple F2 and an alignment. We're going to do this pair, so we can simply just do that into the back, and we're looking ahead to this F2L pair. It's pretty easy to predict, so we're gonna set it up to this position, do a wide D move, and then insert it into the back where we can look ahead to this one, but I would recommend probably instead looking ahead to this one because it doesn't need a rotation. Well, you should rather probably do it in F moves. And then here you can do a wide D move to set up into this case and solve it. This OLL is a pretty good one. One time I did it in under 1 second. And lucky me, we got J perm. Unfortunately with a U2 AUF. Oh, and that was a JB perm, by the way. Let's do... Yellow front, orange, green, red top. Okay, this is actually kind of a good cross. What we can do is insert this pair in and use one of my special algorithms I showed in my cross tip tutorial, which goes like this, to solve that, and it's really fast, like this fast, and that is fast. So once we align the D move, it's hard to really see any F2L pair other than this, but instead of just taking this out, that's a bad case. But if we instead take it out that way, it's easy and you can insert it into the back. Then we can look ahead to this F2L pair, which is just a sledgehammer and insert it into the back, which is a special algorithm. Then we'll do a YD move to set up into the first, which cancels the first move of solving this F12 pair into the back and probably cancel in. But instead of normally inserting this, what we're going to do is a sledgehammer instead so we don't get a stupid dot OLL. U2, this is the wide soon, and an R perm. And no AUF. Well, I was about to do technically there was an AUF because the last move of the RB perm is a U prime, but I got a skip for that. Blue front, yellow top. I'm doing it a little fast now. You can slow down the video if you want. Okay, this is an okay cross. What we can do is a D prime and set up into solving this 2, which is pretty easy to finger trick, and do a D2, but then we do a U move to preserve this F2L pair, and even a U2 if you want to preserve both of them, and then once we insert that, in that, we have these 2, so then we can insert this piece in the normal way, not with a sledgehammer, wait, yes with a sledgehammer. That was weird. So you can insert this into the back, and then look ahead. It's pretty hard to look ahead to anything, but you can see this, and then from here you see no blue pieces, so you can deduce that this piece is a piece that goes here. So what you can do is just solve it and look ahead to this flipped F2L pair with a YD move. This is the greatest OLL ever. And an AA prim with UAUF. Being sub-15, something that can also help is predicting your AUF. Okay, so we can move this piece there to set up into solving these 2 cross edges and do a U prime, F, R prime, F prime, and a D2, where we can look ahead or predict that we have this pair, so we can solve that into the back. And it's pretty hard to look ahead to anything other than this, even though it needs a rotation, but you can do F moves if you want. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this out from the back so I get a pretty good case here. And then probably rotate to do this final F2L pair. Then OLL. And then U2 for a JA prime with a U prime AUF. And for our final example solve, let's do white front, red top. Yeah, you might want to slow down the video. I accidentally did it super fast there. But, yeah. So what we're going to do is insert this pair, then do the U and the sledge over technique, the move over technique, so D prime, F prime to solve that cross edge. Then we're going to do a YD move to insert this F2L pair into the back. Then it's pretty hard to look at ahead to anything other than this, which is pretty easy to, makes it easy to look ahead and find this piece, which we can insert that with a sledgehammer, or probably sledgehammer, which is easier to insert that F2L piece. And we got what I call the HOLL, and PLL is an RA perm with a U2 AUF, I think. Yep. Predicting AUF like that really helps. And that's it for today's video. I hope these example solves help you. Please like and subscribe, because 81.1% of you guys watching this video aren't subscribed. And stop making my literal cubes disappear. Oh, God.